It's all about the dollars.
College football is free agency now. Every year, these coaches have to recruit their players back, whether that's offering them more money or trying to convince them to stay, because a lot of these players are getting told they can make more money somewhere else. So used to commit to the school and the program. And, for me, it was USC and Cardinal and Gold, and I'm going to stick through this. I'm going to, toughen up, and you kind of go through adversity. That's kind of been gone now, which I think is unfortunate, because a lot of these kids just jump at the first chance they get if they do face adversity.
I think it boils down to like how much you love a school, how much, the academics, play a part of that. There's no such thing as loyalty in college football anymore. It's all about the dollars, you know what I mean? It's not really about the fight song. It's not about, Tommy Troy. It's not about, going in there and kicking the pole before you go into the, USC. It's not about tapping in on the sword. Like, there's so many traditions that you can think about. Or for me, I could think about that, why I'm so happy to be a Trojan. But yeah, I don't really see that these days and days with the new college athlete.
Well, we don't often start a segment with the sports page here on Washington Journal, but we will on this one. And this is USA Today, and they're above the fold banner headline: Supreme Court rules against NCAA.
About 36 inches.
Something most people don't know about you.
I'm not a play chess.
So do you think Oregon will continue to be a top 5 team solely because they have the money to recruit anyone they want?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's two ways to look at it. I think a program like Oregon, who has unlimited resources, Phil Knight, Nike money, right? They have unlimited resources every single year, and also they have a really good coach. They can recruit. They have the whole package. So you're going to see a team like Oregon most likely kind of stay up in that top 5, top 10 every year, as long as Dan Lanning's there, because of the unlimited resources. Now, the thing is, and this is why I love NIL, is NIL has leveled the playing field, though, throughout the country. Perfect examples, you look at Texas Tech. Texas Tech this year, Cody Campbell, big donor, came in and gave them a ton of money, right? They talk about this being like a $20 million roster. It's Texas Tech now. Texas Tech now is a top 5-6 team.
There's some concern like that. Oftentimes financial literacy is not enough or well enough. Yep. What do you think other schools should do about that?
My wife is an NIL lawyer, so she speaks to schools and goes around and tries to educate student athletes on what contracts are, and here's the fine print. What are these, what does this actually mean when you sign your name? I think all schools, and I know some are doing it, should offer financial literacy classes or programs. And especially for the sports, now that they're all making money, for every sports team, women and men. And they should have to take classes that teach them how to, teach them what taxes are, and teach them where your money goes after this, or teach them, like accountant stuff and all sorts of stuff, like your retirement, like all these things financially that I didn't get a chance to learn until I got older, obviously, but I didn't really have to at 18, 19, 20 years old. These kids now have bank accounts. These kids now are making real money. So unless you have a really good team around you, a lot of that money is just going to be gone, and they're not going to know what to do with it, because it's the first time an 18-year-old gets $100,000.
I wish we could educate them a lot more, just so they'll understand the do's and don'ts. And that's everything to go with it. That's like 401ks. That's, money management. That's, how to get a credit card. How to, how your social security number goes a long way. Credit scores. Just things that, like where it's implanted in them to where they understand that just because they're getting this money, or, it doesn't mean that you're all the way out. But this is like if you understand it, this is helping you step up, or to the next step, to ultimately like get to the NFL and make a lot more money. You know what I mean? So if you're smart, you save some of this money, put it, away, and it's like, or you vice versa. But yeah, like some of this money is not just to be spent all, right away. If you're smart, one of these young students, you put that money away.
It's a lot of relationship based work. So I think a lot of it the athletes are getting better about is, putting themselves out there more, networking, meeting more people in the space. So that I think is something that's really encouraging, and I'm hoping it'll continue where they're, really creating themselves, as, these brandable players that really, are out there working with the companies, and also learning more about the actual, operations of the businesses too. So it turns into more of just like a, really learning experience versus them just getting a, quick check for an Instagram post. But yeah, I'm already seeing a lot of the athletes kind of putting themselves out there, whether it's just, posting more content or talking with different brands. So I think that kind of self-ownership is really cool to see, especially at, such a young age from, high school into college. But yeah, that I think will be cool to see kind of what, some of these athletes end up doing. And you even see some, bigger YouTube channels coming out of it now, and these athletes are actually making, good money for themselves outside of sports too. So it's going to be cool to see kind of all that, switch up. So that's I think one of the better, things from all the NIL changes is these athletes can actually, go out there and really start whatever, business or, media brand that they want to. So it's going to be exciting to see kind of how some of these athletes, take that and run with it.